Hi, this is going to be a brief video thinking about our shoulders. Our shoulders are somewhere that really typically a lot of us hold a lot of tension, and that could be caused by emotional things, it can be caused by weakness. A lot of the time it's caused by those habitual postures that we adopt through our day. Our body just gets used to supporting us in whatever position we typically are, in whatever our routines are. So this is just about noticing, about moving our shoulders in different ways and seeing if we can bring some sense of freedom and movement that will bring benefits through the rest of your day. So I'm going to start off sitting in a cushion. Now, it doesn't really matter, I don't think, where you sit for this. What I really want you is to be able to sit with a stacked spine. So just thinking about from your tailbone up to your head, can you get that feeling of stacking up through your spine, and somewhere where you're going to be able to have a wall behind you at some point as well to support you. So finding my way to my cushion, I'm going to start with my back away from the wall. And again, it doesn't matter what your legs are doing here, just wherever you're comfortable. And just take a moment to soften your gaze, close your eyes, and just think about how your spine is feeling. So I don't want you to be really rigid through your spine here and think, I've got to have perfect posture, but just think, you know, if I rolled my pelvis forward, if I rolled my pelvis back, is there a point where it really feels like all those vertebrae are stacking up one on top of the other? And if I can feel that in my lower back, can I feel it in my upper back as well? Does it feel like my head is balanced on top of my pelvis? And again, maybe you lean forward, lean backwards, side to side, tuck your chin slightly to lengthen through your neck. And maybe just have a little go at rolling your head off the balancing point, really gently, and rolling it to the other side, maybe forward, back. Just get the sense of your head being this big, heavy ball, which it is, that sits on top of your shoulders. At what point it's balanced, at what point it's not. Really get the sense of where your body is in space. I'm just going to try turning a light on while you do that. And when you're there, just stacking your head back on your shoulders, stacking your spine, and notice. And the reason I'm talking about a stacked spine is because when your head is off balance, there's a big, big heavy weight that your neck has to try to support. And if your neck is supporting, all those muscles around your shoulders are trying to support as well, because your body wants to bring your head back over your pelvis. It's the easiest position where it can be, because when it's there, the muscles around your neck, your shoulders, your face can relax a little bit. So when you're there, softening your gaze, closing your eyes, and just noticing what you're feeling around your face, your forehead. Does your forehead feel like it's doing more work than it needs to be doing? If it is, maybe you take a couple of fingers on each side and just run them along your eyebrow line from the inside to the outside edge with gentle but firm rub. Just stroking, willing your forehead to relax. And what about your jaw? Does your jaw feel like it's doing more work than it needs to? Could you let your jaw relax a little bit? Maybe if you're feeling it here, you can just take your pinching fingers, pinch the top bit of cartilage on your ear, gently drawing it up and out, and then work your way along the outside of your ear, gently drawing your ear lobes as you get down there, obviously being careful if you've got earrings in like me, massaging around, and as you do that, willing your jaw to relax and trying not to lose that sense of balance in your head over the rest of your spine. Okay, and then settling your arms down. We're going to start with some shoulder rolls. So bringing your shoulders up towards your ears, drawing your shoulder blades together and down, letting them come forward and up. Just waking things up a little bit. And when you're here, I want you to try and get the sense that it's not your arm that's moving things so much. It's not your arm that's in control, it's your shoulder blades. So really think about your shoulder blades moving this movement. The shoulder blades come up, draw together, and as they draw together, your shoulders draw back, and then they come down, shoulder blades come wide, and shoulders come forward. Keep stirring this, and this can be as slow as you want to go to really try and feel that movement. So we're really trying to get our shoulder blades moving. So sometimes when we sit for long periods in one position, or we're not doing big movements with our arms, our shoulder blades can get a little bit sticky, just as all that soft tissue and muscle around your shoulder blades just shortens up a little bit. If it doesn't have to move, it won't move. So trying to get your shoulders to really do the work here. And maybe you can try going in the other direction. Shoulders come forward, down, squeeze together, come back up. I'm really thinking about that forward movement, not just the back. Trying to get your shoulders to move as much as you can in each direction. Sometimes it helps if you have your hands out in front, because you can really see your hands coming in towards you and away. It's a real visual cue. Okay, and we're going to take our right hand and stretch it out beyond the opposite knee. And having your thumb as your gazing point, we're going to take our arm up and back in a big wide circle. And then sweep it forward, trying to keep some stacking through your spine, but starting to feel a little movement through your side body. So thumb comes up, see if you can keep your thumb as your gazing point, and when it comes behind, thumb turns down and sweeps forward. Moving with your breath here. And if there's anywhere on this circle that your arm feels like it's clicking, it's popping, it's not really too much to worry about, but try and notice where those points are, and maybe when you get to those points, move your arm in a slightly different way that might feel like it's avoiding the clicks and pops. And that's not because clicks and pops in themselves are a concern unless they hurt, and then we try to avoid that, but more because we want to try and use our muscles in different ways. So the more you build up all those little muscles around your shoulder joint and get them all working, the more balance hopefully you'll feel in that shoulder, and the less clicky it'll feel as you do this. Take it on the other side. Moving with your breath, sweeping. And then if you feel a click, maybe just notice if you can move your arm in a different way, which will mean that you don't incur the clicks. Move moving and noticing. And then bringing that arm down. And this is where we're going to shuffle back towards the wall a little bit so we can feel our spine connected with the wall. And if you can, really try and get the base of your spine and the back of your head connected. And just notice which bits of your back feel more connected with the wall, which feel less connected with the wall. Just with interest, not with judgment. We're not trying to get every bit evenly connected here. Just where you've got that stacked spine, how does it feel? Can you envisage then, if you feel these different bits connected more or less to the wall, what that shape of your spine might look like if you were looking at yourself from the side? And from up here, we're going to start at the top and just have a roll of our head left to right along the wall. So trying to keep your chin tucked. So we're just massaging out the back of our head, those cranial nerves. Again, trying to will everything to relax a little. And then kind of as we were doing before, making sure you've got enough space around you to be able to create a circle with your arms. Let me just chuck this over here. We're going to try and keep our hands, the backs of our hands, or at least our fingertips, connected to the wall. As we draw our hands up, just noticing where you can get comfortably, and then bending your elbows, letting your hands draw in and out and down. And doing that with your breath, feeling that connection between yourself and the wall. Where's your comfortable stopping point? As you go up, where's the point where you feel like you can keep most of your arm connected to the wall, or more of your arm connected with the wall? Where does it start to lift? When I get to about here, and it feels like it's harder to keep my arms completely connected, hands in and out. And this time we're going to bring our arms, so we're about 90 degrees at the shoulders. If you can get your hands attached to the wall, great. If not, don't worry about it too much. Do try and get your elbows attached to the wall, but just notice if it means your lower back is really starting to press away. So if you need to bring your hands down for a minute and just relax things out, shake things out, that's fine. Come up. Have just your elbows connected if it's too much to try and get your arms connected. And think about pressing those arms into the wall without your chest lifting away from the wall. Relax. Same thing again. Hands come up, press into the wall, and hands come down. So this isn't 100% of your effort. This is maybe kind of 20-30% of effort pressing through the backs of the hands into the wall here. Believe me, that is enough. Remembering to stop at any point if this is a bit too much for you. And then bringing those arms down. And just having a little gentle roll out of your shoulders here. Maybe a shake out of your arms. And reconnecting your back. This time we're going to bring our arms out in front of us. And we're going to let one shoulder come away from the wall as we reach forward with that hand. And then really think about pinning that shoulder back to the wall as the other hand comes forward, and then rolling that shoulder back. Other one reaches out. So you're giving yourself kind of like a shoulder massage as you roll from one side to the other along your shoulders, reconnecting. One arm back as the other reaches forward as far as it can, while you're keeping that feeling of your stacked spine. And then let your arms come down. Okay, shoulders should be feeling warm. Let's come over onto our hands and knees, and if hands and knees is not for you, you can do this against a wall. But wanting you to think about rooting your hands, so if you're doing it against a wall, really rooting your hands, having your shoulders level with your wrists. Same on the floor, shoulders over the wrists. And then really thinking about pushing the ground away so your shoulder blades come wide. And then letting your chest relax and sink in between your arms. So pressing the ground or the wall away, letting your shoulder blades come wide. Then sinking back in. So on the wall, it looks like pressing away. And then letting your chest sink, your shoulder blades come together, and then pressing away again. So again, you're keeping that feeling of your spine being long. So just your shoulders are doing the work here. Pressing up, sinking down, shoulder blades to come wide, shoulder blades to come together. And then we're going to try and build it into those shoulder blade circles that we were doing before. So from the floor, pressing away, coming back a little bit, and then dropping down, letting your shoulder blades come together, drawing forward, shoulder blades come apart. You push the ground away, drawing your tailbone back a little, dropping down and coming up. So you're making these shoulder circles. If you've not done this before, it might feel a bit odd, but just persevere. Get the feeling of stirring, keeping really strong arms though, so your arms aren't bending here. All this movement is from in and around your shoulders. Maybe you see if you can take it in the other direction. And if you do find that other parts of your body want to move to support you doing this, just noticing that with interest, not with judgment. If it feels okay, then it is okay. But just wondering with interest, why might that other part of your body be wanting to move to support this movement? And then coming back, maybe have a little child's pose if you're on the wall, a half kind of downward dog movement. And then we're going to do one more thing, and I don't actually know if you're going to be able to see me if I stand up. Oh, there you go, I think you can. And we're just going to shake out our hands and bring a bit of softness to our knees. And we're just going to bring one hand forward and then the other, as a nice big swing. And I've been practicing bringing my arm swing back when I've been walking recently, because I've noticed with the cold weather, I'm really getting tight and holding myself really tight as I'm walking and losing that arm swing. So I'm trying to let my arms be a bit loose. So maybe when you're out and about walking, you just notice what your arms are doing. Maybe this is a bit extreme, but if you want to walk down the street doing this, then it's absolutely fine. And then we're going to bring both feet together, a bit of softness to your knees, forward and backwards. And really think about swooping your arms up and back, and back, and back. And bring in an inhale as you come up, and really sniff in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Two more. And coming back. Find your Tadasana, your mountain pose, and just have a moment. Notice what you can feel happening in your body. Notice if you can get a sense of your body being stacked from your heels, your hips, your head. And just being the observer in your own body. And may you take some of these moves, whether it be 1, 2, or the whole process, into your day-to-day life and make your shoulders feel a little bit better, a little bit loved in these short movement breaks.